Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's so good to have you here once again. It's amazing. I hope you've been good. I hope God has been good to you as he has been good to me and my family. Welcome to another episode of Kaodi's channel, and in this episode I'm going to be basically sharing my first trimester journey and things I feel like every expecting mother or expecting couples should know about and should prepare your mind towards. So if you're in on this journey with me and you know anybody who's going to be interested in this, please stay put and I'll be right back. I realized that my first experiences will be cramps. It was very funny to me because I'm like, okay, so I'm not seeing my period. Why do I have cramps? Why do I feel the way I feel? You know, there's no period, nothing. So why are there cramps? It was so bad. Like I would literally roll on the floor. My tummy was just really aching. It was as though they were pulling out something from my body. It felt so painful. And I'm like, what's this? What's going on? Thankfully, I have two older sisters. I have aunties around, like aside from my mom. And so I asked them, like, what's this? And my sister was able to explain to me that, you know, this stuff happens. It was basically just my hormones doing their work or acting up. Eventually, I began to lose appetite for food. Oh my God. Everything tasted like trash. Hey God, like everything tasted like trash. All my best, like I hated rice. I couldn't stand white rice. I couldn't stand jollof. Oh my God, I hated jollof rice so much. I lost my sense of taste and smell because I couldn't perceive when my food was burning, even though like I'm such a food burner. I can burn food for a living, but yeah, it became worse because I couldn't perceive. I could be in the same kitchen and then my food is burning and I wouldn't know. Like, my mom would be like, "Are you not here? This food is burning," and I'm like, I couldn't perceive it honestly. And then when I cook, I literally have to like call him to come and taste the food. That if he's around, to come and taste the food and ensure that you know it was well spiced or stuff was okay. He now became my taster. When he wasn't around, it was, to God be the glory. I couldn't stand his perfume anymore. I didn't know that was going to happen to me. I've heard it a couple of times, but I couldn't stand it. So whenever he had to go out for work, he would take his perfume out to the door, spray it at the door, and drop it for me to take it back in. Like, I would not even hug him. It was that bad. Like, once you spray perfume on yourself, I'm not going to hold you. Like, move away from me. It felt so strong. It felt like you were choking me. I couldn't even stand like diffusers. I didn't yearn for a lot of things though. The only thing I know that I really liked and I still do like presently is fruits. Oh my God, I binge eat on fruits so much. Banana, berries, apples, pears, name it, pineapple. I didn't care for shawarma, fish. Still don't. Like whenever he buys it thinking that okay, this one that is pregnant, she will share it. Like, not interested. This is one of my germs. This book, Your Pregnancy Week by Week by Dr. Glade B. Curtis and Judith Scholar. For every week, like literally every week, you just see from week 3 down until week 40 is all contained here. I lost appetite for sex. You know how you get married and you're like, boy, you're killing it. I'm giving it to you all day, every day. So I thought, up until I got pregnant, and somehow when the first trimester hormones kicked in, that was it for me. I just couldn't stand being touched. Like, it was bad that don't even hold me, don't put your hand on me, don't cuddle, don't try to reach out to me, just stay on your own. One thing that helped us though was communication. I was able to tell him at every time, like, or I hopefully was able to tell him at every time that, it has nothing to do with you. Neither does it have so much to do with me as a person. It's just this journey we're on, this thing we're experiencing as a couple, and me as a new mother. My hormones are acting up. This is how I feel. I don't want to be touched. I don't want you to hold me. I don't want you to cuddle me. Not because I don't like you anymore, not because I'm no longer in love with you. Duh. I'll catch a grenade for you. However, though, when those first 3 months passed, like, I think I began to feel normal. I began to want sex. I began to want attention and all of that love again. Sometime after my 4th month, so I began to yearn for that intimacy. I began to yearn for that level of closeness again. And so I reached out to him. Funny, I just reached out to him like, oh yeah, come and give me the stuff. Come and give me some sugar. I later got to realize that I wasn't just going to come back and say, oh yeah, it's time to come and perform some action, give it to me, and then I'll get back on how we used to be. I figured the same way I spoke to him and said, oh, this is how I'm feeling, blah, blah, blah. Now, I had to have that conversation again and say, okay, this is now how I feel. I'm able to do this thing now. Can we get back? Can you give me some sugar? This is so weird, guys, but I knew it was something I had to share, because if someone had told me earlier about it, I would have approached the situation a lot more better. These were conversations that we needed to have, and so I had to go back and have the conversation and say, okay, it's now time. My body is responding to me, and I'm ready to respond to you. And so, you girls started getting some action. Another thing I did was keep a journal. This is what my pregnancy journal looks like. For week 4, I found out I was preggers. Week 5, I had period cramps, like the cramps that I talked about earlier, which were like mad crazy. I'm just gonna keep it here so I can see. For week 6, oh my god, I had a lump, not like a lump in my throat, but that was how it felt. Like, I had this thing in my throat where I felt like I needed to throw up, but it wasn't coming forth. Nothing was coming out. There was just that thing in my throat that wouldn't just let me do anything else. It felt like something was just there, something was just hanging in there, and I couldn't do anything else. It was so annoying. And then week 7 says I still had the same thing, and I became very selective of food and drinks. I could take only Maltina. In fact, even water. It was bad, guys. Water, I was selective. Like, water tasted like drugs to me. Oh my god, week 9, I couldn't swallow. Oh my god, I'm so glad I got this journal now, because like, see the few things I even missed out. So please keep a journal when you're pregnant. It really helps you like remembering stuff. Week 9, that was when I started experiencing the whole saliva thing. I couldn't take in my saliva. It was just, I hated it. I was always spitting. I was always, I think that was like one of the nastiest things I felt. And that was it for my first trimester. Basically, those were the things I felt. When I make a video for my second trimester journey, there I had a lot more experiences. Like, I had a lot more. Let me just show you. So from here to here is first trimester. You can see where I said second trimester. So from here up until here, and flip over the next page is second trimester. That's the gist of my first trimester, and I hope you learned a few things. It's been beautiful. I thank God. I really do thank God, because I've heard a lot of stories, but one thing I know that kept going for me was every other day my husband declares words over me, declares God's words over me, and says it's going to be easy for me, it's going to be the best thing. And apart from the first trimester, which I've just told you basically everything that happened, I haven't felt easier, I haven't felt more at ease, and I know God is going to complete all that He has started with us. Amen. If you like this gist, please click on the like button. I know there are a couple and a lot of women and young married couples as myself and young mommies like myself who would like this video, so please share this link to them so they can see and also watch and ask me whatever questions, and then I'll share with you the best of my knowledge and based on what I've experienced so far. And please, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel at this point, please subscribe, because they follow me on Instagram too. The link will be up here, and do the needful.